What's good, everyone? Thank you for joining. Really quick, before we start talking about this Yankee game, I just want to remind you that you can pull up any player's stats during the live stream and it'll pop up right in front of you. Simply type in the player's name and the stats should pull up in front of you like so. Okay, if you want historical players, just simply type in their name with the year at the end and it'll pull it up like this. If you want league leaders, just type in HR for home runs or whatever the abbreviation is for the stat, just type it in the chat and it'll pull up like that. So I can't wait to talk about this game with you guys. Please use this function. It's very, very cool. And it took a lot of time for me to make. So use it. I'll see you in about 2 minutes and we're going to break down this Yankee game.
Wrong slice dim, bed still glow. 2020 top back pressures up. Yankees don't talk, they show. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Judging the bots, game on tilt. Ball gone quick, ain't nothing built. Swing so clean, you can frame that stat. He don't need hype, just a lumber in the bat. Ben Rice heat, don't blink at the plate. Rookie with a swing that can flip the state. Fast hands, powers on locked in. With 22 step up, they know it's a win. Full bay moving like a ghost through dirt. Quick on the bag, clean with the work. Backhand grab, spin and fire. Gold in his glove, Bronx born wire. South Bronx cold, but the bats stay.
What's good, Andrew?
Yankee blood deep, give it all they got. Pinstripes loud in the heart of the game. 2025, they ain't playing for fame. Lights down low, but the team shine bright. BX pride in the playoff fight. One goal, one grind, never fold. Chasing that ring like the Bronx been told. Road on Dylan like a Bronx Street King. Slider cut deep, that pitch got sting. No smile, just ice when he's up on the hill. Pressure don't crack when the Bronx is still. Jasta Dominguez, power unreal. Martian mode when he step in the field. Switch his smooth, got the future in reach. Ball take flight like it left the beach. Big G loading when that bat release. Sound like thunder over 61st Street. Shots to the moon, no warning sign. Pitchers regret when he crossed that line. South Bronx cold, but the bats stay high. Yankee blood deep, give it all they got. Pinstripes loud in the heart of the game. 2025, they ain't playing for fame. Lights down low, but the team shine bright. BX pride in the playoff fight. One goal, one grind, never fold. Chasing that ring like the Bronx been told. Bronx got history, Bronx got fight. 2025, this feel like the night. From the legends to the rookies, the stories remain. Pinstripes forever, it's more than a name.
All right, let's just skip all of this. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jason, and the Yankees drop a game, man. 11-7. It's a game I felt like we should have won. But we'll get into it in a second. Let me say what's up to everybody in the chat. Ken, what's up, Ken? How you doing, Ken? Andrew, what's good, Andrew? He said I'm doing right. I'll be better if my Dodgers won. Well, sucks to be you, man. I'm in the same boat though, man. So the Yankees drop a game against the A's 11-7. I mean, there was some, I'm gonna be honest, like there was some sloppy play, and we'll get into all of that stuff, man. Good thing Judge hit 2 home runs. Rodon didn't look his best, but he managed to give us some innings, even though I feel like maybe they shouldn't have left him that long. But the bullpen wasn't great. And yeah, we'll get into it. So pretty much in the first inning, not really the first inning, the second inning, right? I want to start with the second inning. Anthony Volpe walks. He's on first. He eventually makes it all the way to second. Jason Dominguez flies out to left field, and Volpe decides to try to take third base. Why? I have no idea, because it was a short fly ball, and he was thrown out, of course. Even as fast as he was, I mean, like the ball was barely, it wasn't that far. So I don't know what he was doing. He made a lot of mistakes, man. A lot of mistakes. Aaron Judge, 2 home runs. The Yankees were down 4-0. They came back, tied the game, and then ended up taking the lead 6-4. And then from there, it was just downhill. And once they took the lead, immediately after that, the A's scores 3 in the 7th, then another 4 in the 8th, and that's all she wrote. Yankees managed to score 1 more in the 9th, but they fell short. Jacob, what's up, Jacob? Jacob says, yo, my Guardians took a loss 7-1 tonight, so I'm not going Good man. I feel like all our teams lost tonight, so I guess misery loves company, right? I was upset, but the Yankees had won 3 in a row. But this is a game right here that I felt like we should have won. The lineup felt a little punted, just a little bit, and maybe that's just me being biased against Pablo Reyes. But whenever I see Pablo Reyes in the lineup, I feel like it's a punt. But let's get a little bit into the box score and see what everybody did. Excuse me. All right, so Goldschmidt went 1 for 5. He's batting 340, so his average is starting to come down, but it's still respectable at 340. Grisham 1 for 5. He's down to 276. OPS fell under one, so he's at .978. Judge 2 for 5, 2 home runs. He's just shy of 400 at 396 batting average. His OPS is still crazy, 1.258. Bellinger 2 for 4. Bellinger's heating up. The outfield situation is getting real interesting, and we'll talk about that later, especially with Dominguez's last night, hitting 3 home runs. Volpe 1 for 4. His batting average is 230. At least I don't see a bunch of 100 batting averages, with the exception of Pablo Reyes. Wells, he went 0 for 1 uh with a walk. So, but he had an RBI. Dominguez 0 for 3 after the night he had last night. Pablo Reyes 1 for 2. Oswaldo Cabrera 0 for 1 with an RBI. Peraza with a 2-run home run as well. He went 1 for 3. Ben Rice pinch hit. He wasn't in the lineup, and then Jorbit Vivas, um, he didn't play at all. So there you have it, right there, man. On the A side, pretty much Brent Rooker 3 RBIs, Soderstrom 2 RBIs. So they're 3-4. They're 2-3-4 hitters. Pretty much were the entire offense. They were the entire offense. This is a game I feel like we should have won, especially since the Carlos Rodon, he didn't have his best stuff, right? But he was still hanging in there. He gave up a big 3-run bomb to Rooker, which really hurt him. But besides that, I feel like he kept the Yankees in the fight. But it just wasn't enough, man. Especially when the bullpen came in. You know, Ian Hamilton gave up 3 earned runs. Cruz with 3 earned runs, and he's been lights out. But I don't know what happened today. So Cruz pitched two-thirds of an inning, gave up 3 hits, 3 earned runs, had 2 strikeouts and 1 home run. Ian Hamilton, he had a strikeout, 2 walks, which is never good. That dude couldn't find the strike zone. 3 earned runs and 1 hit. So he got himself into that trouble. And then obviously they bring in Matzik later, and shoot, he gave up 1 earned run. The games like this, man, there's a lot of sloppy play. A lot of people are upset with Trent Grisham with the way he played in the outfield. He made a stupid dive. I don't know what he was thinking. There was a few plays that were questionable, but I will say this, right? The wind over there is blowing, man. And both sides had trouble reading the ball when it was hitting the air. I don't know what it is about that stadium. Apparently they say the ball carries well over there, but with no upper deck and the wind swirling around up there, like, I'm not gonna fault Grisham entirely, but still though, you guys are big leaders. You gotta do better. But both sides were having trouble reading the ball. Anthony Volpe had made an error at shortstop, probably cost him a double play. So, it was a sloppy day all in all. It was a sloppy day. But these are games that I expect the Yankees to win. I mean, we gotta beat up on these teams. We definitely have to beat up on these teams because we're going into after the Seattle series. I believe we go ahead and play the Mets. We're gonna start playing some tougher teams, so we want to stack up wins now, so that way, if we do lose games versus these tougher teams and lose series, we're still looking good on the in the AL East. So right now, the Yankees are 2 games above the Red Sox in first place. Blue Jays are 3.5 behind. The Rays are 4 games behind. The Orioles 7 games behind. Like this is I mean we've lost a bunch of tough games. Like we've lost a bunch of games that we should have. Right now, the Yankees should be at least like 26-13 and like 5, 6 games ahead of the Red Sox. But we're not. The Red Sox have their own problems, man. They're going through some internal stuff with the whole Rafael Devers to first base and just a whole bunch of shenanigans are going on there. So I expect the Yankees to take this division, and I expect them to at some point pull ahead of everybody in this division. The Red Sox are tough, but they're not that great, man. The Yankees should definitely, definitely be more than 2 games up on first place. I don't know why it's, look, Jason Hayward. I'm gonna have to put the command. It's pulling up players. It's thinking that you put Mason Miller. All right, Jason, did you catch the beautiful swings the Yankee hitters took against Mason Miller? They just gave up. I mean, the guy was clearly he like they were no match for him. Clearly, man. It was the same way the other day when they faced the Padres closer. They're just overmatched, you know, especially the younger guys, and it's tough because come playoff time and stuff, you're gonna face pitchers that are throwing really hard and are filthy. So you gotta compete. My thing is like, look, even if you strike out, I get it, but you got to take better swings than that. Compete at least. I apologize for the random stats pulling up. I'll have to fix that later. Just it's probably a technical glitch. Let me look at Aaron Judge's stats on the year so far. So Aaron Judge's OBP is 486. His slugging is incredible at 772. He's played 39 games so far. I think he's played every game. 149 at bats, 14 home runs, 37 RBIs, 24 walks, 37 strikeouts. That's not terribly bad. And he has 3 stolen bases. I mean, if those are not MVP numbers, I don't know what is. Yeah, you know what it is, man? When a guy, especially Bellinger, because I noticed that he's late on a lot of fastballs. Fastballs are like 96 and better. He has to cheat. Like he's literally sitting fastball and he's cheating. So and what happens is when you cheat like that, and by cheating I mean like you're just kind of trying to be super early so you can catch up to the high heat or whatever it is. You kind of overcommit and there's no turning back at that point. In his mind, he knows the fastball's coming and he's swinging. Before the even pitch was released out of Mason Miller's hand, he had it in his mind he's swinging. And sometimes that's what you got to do to catch up to 102-mile-per-hour fastball. But yeah, the problem is that when pitchers know that you're cheating and they know you really can't catch up to it unless you cheat, they just throw it out the zone and they make you look foolish. It was bad swings, man, but I mean, again, the dude is filthy. He is absolutely filthy, but these guys are professionals. I expect them to do better than that, take better swings than that. But it's like I said, man, they just trying to cheat on the fastball, trying to be super early and hope they can put wood on the ball. But he is hittable, though. He's definitely hittable. I'm looking at the standings here. The Tigers are 26-14. Wow. Tigers are 26-14 on the year. So they're the clear right now. They're the best team in the American League, which is crazy. And even with all that said, the Guardians are 2.5 games behind them, and the Royals are 2.5 games behind them as well. It's crazy because the Central is supposed to be weak, but you got the Tigers, Guardians, and Royals playing very well, and they all have better records than the first place team in the East and the West. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. In the National League, the Mets are 25-15, and they're a game and a half ahead of the Phillies. The Braves are 5.5 games. So the NL East is pretty much going to come down to the Mets and the Phillies. The Cubs are 23-17. Cardinals have been playing their asses off. They're 21-19, and they look like they were down and out early in the season, but Padres 23 and 15. Dodgers 25 and 13. Dodgers 26 and 14. Yeah. So look, this is the time of year where teams start building, they start pulling ahead in their division, you know. And the Yankees, we should be doing better than this. We should not be this close to the Red Sox. And it frightens me, man, because at some point, it seems like I say the last 5 years, the Yankees always go through a stretch, right? Like in the summer or the middle of the year, they go through a bad stretch and they start playing 500 under 500 baseball. It happens every year for like a good 21 days, 3 weeks. And in that time, like I remember one time, was it last year or the year before that? No, it was 2022, I believe. The Yankees were on pace to like break all kinds of records. They were saying the best Yankees team since 1998 for the first half. Come second half, they gave up like a 15 game lead in the AL East. And it's just look, 2 games. I don't feel comfortable with 2 games. You can have a bad week and find yourself in third, fourth place that fast. So we got to do better than that. We got to do better than that, especially going to play the Mariners soon, and their starting pitching is very tough. So tomorrow, the Yankees got to win this. We cannot lose a series to the A's. Come on, guys, we can't lose a series to the A's. We shouldn't be losing series to the Rays. We shouldn't be losing series to the Orioles. Like we got to do better than this. They got to do better than this. I'm not complaining too because yesterday, like this seems like the story of this team, right? We have a game where we just explode. The offense goes off 10 runs like yesterday, or 12 runs, 19 runs, whatever it is, and we just put a beating on a team, right? And then we go the next game and we don't do it. With the exception of the Padres series, those last 2 games, I mean, the Yankees fought and they showed fight and they found a way to win. But today was one of those days where I feel like we should have won. But the bullpen kind of shit the bed, man. They shit the bed. So after tomorrow, we go to Seattle for a 3 game set. We already know their pitching is tough. I'm not sure if we're gonna see Brian Wu or uh or what, but and then after the Mariners, uh so after the last game of the Mariners, they get a day off to travel back to New York, and then it's the Subway Series, Yankees versus Mets. This is probably look, man. This is probably the biggest Subway Series in years, man. Since they started the Subway Series, there has not been, especially this year, that the Mets are actually good. And the whole Juan Soto thing, this is the most anticipated series of the year, man. I've been waiting for this thing since Juan Soto signed. Since he signed, I've been waiting for this. The day that he walks back into Yankee Stadium in another uniform. It's gonna be must see TV, man. I'm telling you, they might break records for the loudest boo ever in history. It's gonna get crazy, man. I'm telling you, there's gonna be a lot of chants that I don't want to say here because it's probably it's gonna be a lot of foul language, a lot of craziness going on in those 3 games. And obviously there's gonna be a lot of Mets fans at the stadium too, but even with that, it's gonna be hectic. Hectic, man. It's gonna be good. And then after that, they face the Rangers, and the Rangers, even though they're not performing like they're supposed to, they're uh they're still a good team. And then after the Rangers series, we play the Rockies, and this is where I expect us to start racking up wins. This is where the Yankees need to really, really rack up and start pulling ahead. We can't play down. Sometimes the Yankees play down to these teams, or like they start punting the lineups and start doing stupid stuff. So the Rockies, we should be sweeping. The Rockies got like 5 wins, 6 wins on the season. They're ridiculous, man. They're like a high school team at this point. We need to beat all those games. Need to sweep the Angels too. They're not that good, and that way we could feel good going into the series against the Dodgers, the World Series rematch. Uh, and then we face the Cleveland Indians after that, the Cleveland Guardians, excuse me, the Boston Red Sox. It's gonna start getting tough. See what I mean? Like end of May, beginning on May 30th, we're gonna go into a stretch of facing a whole bunch of good teams. See this? From May 30th to June 15th, these are all good teams here. All good teams. So we need to start stacking up these wins now. So that way, even though look, we gotta try to win every game, but we definitely can't be losing series to teams that are not even in contention for anything. I know it's early, but they're not playing for anything. Uh then then we play the Angels again, Orioles. All right. So yeah, man. I expect the Yankees to really, really, really hopefully, man, take this game tomorrow. We can't drop a series against another team like the A's. Take the series in Seattle. Let's win 2 out of 3 versus the Mets, please. Can we do that, Yankees, please? Because I don't want to hear the Mets talking. Oh my God, if the Mets win this series, holy smokes, man. You'll never hear the end of it. We'll never hear the end of it, man. Freaking Met fans, man. But I tell you what, though, if the Yankees win, oh man, that's it. I'm gonna put y'all back in your place. That's what we're gonna do. And I'll probably give this away during that series. I've been waiting to give this away. And then for the Dodgers series, we'll do this one. But it's gonna be fun, man. I'm not gonna lie. Look, I'm waiting for this Mets series, man. This series is gonna be freaking incredible. Like, it's gonna be so much fun to watch. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I know the Yankees, they already faced them in spring training, and we got to see Boone talking to Juan Soto and all that stuff, and whatever he told him, he said, "Oh, you look terrible in that uniform," or whatever it was, right? But I am telling you, man, this is gonna be a whole nother level, man. The animosity between Yankee fans, not me. I've let it go already, right? I've let it go. I don't even care. At this point, I don't care. But the animosity between Yankee fans and Juan Soto, look, the rivalry between Yankees and Mets is already like in the fans' minds is pretty big. But ever since this Juan Soto thing, this was blasphemous what he did. Yankees fans hate this guy. Most people they hate him. When he comes back at the stadium, man, wearing a Mets jersey, it's, I mean, the chant it's just gonna be epic, dude. There's gonna be sun. And you know what's crazy though? Look, despite everything, knowing what I know about Juan Soto, right? Because I feel like he feeds off of that stuff. I feel like he feeds off of it. I feel like instead of booing him, we should probably give him a standing ovation. Because he's gonna go and he's gonna do damage. He's gonna do damage. He's back in Yankee Stadium, the short Porsche to his right, you know. I feel like he's gonna show up and show out. But I want Judge to come and show up and show out. It's gonna be a battle, man. A freaking battle. We might face Clay Holmes. It looks like he's scheduled to start in that series if everything lines up right. Get a Clay Holmes start. It's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good. I can't wait. I cannot wait. But tomorrow, the Yankees, we're gonna go with the. I don't know if they announced the starters yet. Let me check. But it's probably gonna be Ryan Yarbrough, and then if hopefully he could give us some innings. If not, it's gonna be a bullpen thing. Yeah, they haven't even determined. They haven't even named the starter. But we're going up against Luis Severino. We're all familiar with Luis Severino. We love Luis Severino. It didn't work out for him with the Yankees. But he hasn't been doing terribly bad. He's 1-3 with a 3.62 ERA. So he's not doing terrible, but I guess he's not doing great either. But I'm happy for him, man, because it looked like there was a certain point where it looked like his career was over. Especially his last year with the Yankees, man. he was hard to watch, man. He was getting smoked left and right. He couldn't figure it out. Um, Went to the Mets, did good, figured it out, and was able to get a contract, a good contract with the Athletics. I'm pretty sure that's not the team he ever thought he'd go to, but sometimes that's just the way it works out. So good for him. I know a lot of people were talking about trading for him, probably bringing him back, but I don't see that happening myself. I really, really don't. I really don't. But what else is out there, man? Let me know in the chat what you guys thought of today's game. Are you guys upset with Grisham? I feel like a lot of people are getting a lot of anger towards Grisham's defense today. Anthony Volpe too. I think today was just one of those days, man. Especially for the outfield, even in the infield. Look, the guy what's his name? Was it Nick Kurtz? Whoever the first baseman was, he had a pop up, and he dropped the ball. It was tough. Even the announcers were saying that it was tough to read the ball as soon as it went in the air, and they were talking about the wind in the outfield. The wind in the outfield was crazy, man. When there's no upper deck, man, it's like a freaking it's just a free fall up there, man. They hit the ball in the air, you don't know where it's going. You have no idea where it's going. But let's go ahead and let's listen to Boone's post game interview and see what he had to say about all of this stuff. Hold on.
And your bullpen late is typically very good and has been throughout the course of this season. Gave up 7 unanswered runs late. Just with Cruz, what were you seeing from him in particular?
The wind really picking up is what I saw. Rooker breaks his bat and dumps the one in short left there. And then it looks like, Grish had a beat on Soderstrom's ball, and it just kind of kept carrying to the wall. And
It's
then
good, D-Rose.
Langoliers,
The reels.
hanging splitter, but still
The
felt like kind
bullpen
of a fly
pitched
ball
2
center
innings,
that
6
just kind of
hits,
took off.
7 runs, 2 walks, 4
but
Ks.
that was
Yeah,
the
that's
pitch. You
unacceptable.
probably want back a little bit. That splitter just hung up for him a little bit, and then they obviously added on late.
When the wind's kind of carrying balls, like just how difficult is that as an outfielder to try to get a jump on a ball and try to execute in those situations?
Yeah, it looked like it was challenge because it wasn't all day. It picked up, so it looked like there were a couple balls that kind of confused Grish a little bit, with just kind of
What do you
being
mean, D-Rose? The
different
game ain't the same.
throughout the course of the game, and especially in that inning. So, tough one, obviously.
You're kind of touching on it,
I'ma
but
turn
is
the
it
stats
really
off.
hard to evaluate pitchers here when the ball is traveling like that?
I mean, tough. I don't know. I haven't experienced this enough, so I'm sure as the summer builds up and the heat builds up, PCL's known for that. So I don't know. I'd be speaking out of turn to know if I knew how this place is going to play throughout. Today it was a little different throughout, I thought.
Along the same lines, Rodon works 6 innings, strikes out 10, but hurt by the long ball. Overall, how do you evaluate him?
Yeah,
Mixed
I thought really
loss.
good. Made the mistake to Rooker, and Rooker punished it. It looked like a slider that just stayed right there. But around that, excellent. Just more, really, really good and dominant stuff. 10 strikes.
Yeah, well, pretty much talking a bunch of nothing. Let's hear Grisham. Let's see what Grisham got to say.
Yeah, like I said, the wind picked up a little bit late. Was doing something different at the beginning of the game, as opposed to later in the game. And then the sky was just tough, and then you throw in a little sun. Just made it a little bit tough out there today.
Langoliers homer, you just kind of kept.
I want to pause it right there because, yeah, it was tough, but man, sometimes you're so nonchalant, man, and it's good. I guess, you make it look easy, but today you was making it look. There was some regular fly balls that he did catch that I was like, whoo, dude, like you made it look like you wasn't gonna get to that, man, at all. And then that diving play that he tried to make, dude, you were nowhere close. Like you gotta read that one better than that, man.
Kept drifting back until you hit the wall. Just how surprised were you that actually cleared it?
I wasn't very surprised. I mean, I saw the wind change the inning before that, so we were aware of it, that it was blowing out a little bit more to center. But it was hit well, and it was hit so high that I had a pretty good feeling. I was hoping that I would be able to have a play on it.
I want to go to this comment right here. D-Rose said the game ain't the same no more. Or when I grew up, I don't know how old you are, so I don't know when you grew up. Um, Players around the league don't play with heart. There's no pride. I don't necessarily agree with that 100%, man. I think, yeah, it's changed. The game has definitely changed, but I think most players, for my in my most players, they trying to win. You know, they trying to win. They want to do good. They want to get paid. Um, they take it serious, man. It's their life. But I think maybe it's just I don't know. I don't know. I know pitching has gotten way better, right? I think pitching has evolved a lot more than hitting has. Like these pitchers are throwing hard. It's a lot tougher on players. They nowadays people, they want these guys hitting for power. So you're gonna see a lot more strikeouts. And it's different. When we grew up, it was a lot more. I think it was more intense, man. You had pitchers throwing at guys. Like nowadays, they don't really do that. When I grew up, man, it happened often. You hit my guy, we hit your guy. I mean, some guys, man, there was so many fights. It was crazy, man. Every now and then you have a fight here and stuff, but back in like I don't know if you ever watch Major League Baseball, right? Like, man, when you looked at Major League players, these guys look like mean dudes, man. Like they look scary. Like, that's how it was when I grew up. Now everybody looks more I don't know, more like they just more swaggy, I guess. Back then, man, every player had a big old freaking mouthful of tobacco. They spitting and cursing and freaking throwing fastballs at each other's heads. It was a different time. You're right, but I don't think that the players don't play with heart because they do, and there is pride. It's just what are you gonna do? There's pride, man. This game sometimes, and even me because I don't play no more, right? But even like my son plays. And it's easy to say, do this, do that, this, but sometimes I have to remind myself how hard baseball is. Baseball is extremely hard, man. It's extremely hard. Especially like to come up in big moments too. Like, some you just gotta be able to like slow everything down in your mind, freaking calm down. Because I don't know about you. I remember when I was younger, I would come up like in a big spot. And this is like little league and like pony league and stuff. And even then I would feel nervous. So just imagine coming up in a big spot with 50,000 people screaming off the top of their lungs. And maybe you haven't been playing well for 2 weeks and people are talking about trading you or freaking releasing you and your life depends on it. Your family's watching man, it's a lot of these players have a lot of pressure on them. A lot of pressure. And the guy from the Red Sox, Duran, he spoke about it. He talked about he almost even attempted committing suicide, man, because it was just too much. Like it's tough. It's tough. I get it, man. I really do. And the way that baseball is, like, you can't always get a hit. That's the thing. Like, look, if you go if you could be successful 3 out of 10 times, you're great. That means 7 times you're gonna fail. So you can't always get the big hit. You're gonna make errors. It's just the way it is. You're gonna make errors. You're not always gonna get the big hit. It seems like some players do though for some reason, and it's just how it is. So 162 games, man. This is just a game that we lost. Even though it feels like there's a bunch of games we should have won, but that's what happens, man. Baseball's like that. D-Row says, right, that's what I mean. Like the old Reds team, 86 Mets, 90s Yankees, Red Sox, Yankees rivalries, there were always a sense of self-respect. Yeah, man. I think, yeah, the older back in the day, they did carry themselves differently. They did carry themselves differently. It was I'm not gonna say more classy, but in baseball, there's some underwritten rules, man. And to this day there is, but even though a lot of that's getting it's kind of getting forgotten, but there's a lot of underwritten rules and a lot of nostalgia and just little things, man. Back then, right? Pitchers threw at you. So if you hit a home run and try to bat flip, you better believe you was getting hit next time at the plate. So players didn't really do stuff like that, you know. It was frowned upon. Nowadays they know that pitchers are not really throwing at guys like that. Um, even though it does happen still sometimes, but I still love the game, man. I think that the game right now, the way it is, yes, is a lot different than it was when you came up. It's a lot different than it was when I came up. But I really like it, dude. I like the way they play now. Even though I do wish, right, and I'm speaking specifically on the Yankees, I do wish there was more of the little things, man. Like the other day when versus the Padres when Oswaldo Cabrera dropped that bunt down, bro. Let me tell you something, man. I almost cried, bro. I was like, man, why haven't like where has that gone, dude? That was it, man. If you told the late 90s Yankees, right? The 96 Yankees, 97, 8, 9 Yankees, right? That in extra innings, we were gonna give you a run on second base. If you told Joe Torre that, right? Like once we go in extra innings, we're gonna give you a run on second. Oh man, that runner's gonna score every time with those teams because they knew how to play the little small ball. They knew how to lay down a bunt, how to hit the ball over, how to sacrifice. These hitters nowadays, they don't have like situational hitting. It's like, bro, you're a lefty. It's a run on second, no outs. Like, stop swinging. Get the guy over. You know, most likely you're gonna pull the ball anyway. So just put the ball in play. But these guys, they don't do it for some reason. And I don't think it's all of baseball. It's just for some reason. Maybe it's just because I watch mostly Yankee games, but you don't see it like that, man. But I tell you what, man, especially that '98 team. Oh man, if you gave them a free run on second in extra innings, they will win every time. They will win every time. D-Rose says you're right, bro. But I mean, I don't know what you want, D-Rose. Like, what do you mean, like no killer mentality? Like how? I don't understand. What do you know? That's a fact. I think everyone is focused on being friends. I mean, that could be right. We don't know what goes on though. I think like we could be friends, but once that game starts, man, we trying to win. I think I think there's still rivalries. There's still guys that don't like each other. I'm sure there's guys on the same team that don't like each other. I'm sure there's guys on the Yankees right now that don't like each other. They play on the same team. Um, and that goes with anything. Whenever you take a group of people, random people, and put them together, you're gonna have guys that don't like each other, guys that are friends with each other, or whatever, man. I think more than anything, these guys all respect each other. Right. I'm not saying that they're all friends and stuff, but I think they all respect each other because they understand. Like I'm like we're not baseball players, so we don't really understand the ins and outs and what it takes to get there. They all share a common. It's like a brotherhood, man. For them guys, it's the same thing like me. Like I was in the army for 10 years, right? So when I meet another army guy, we talk like we can, especially somebody I served with, like we have a brotherhood, a bond that can't be broken. We don't have to say nothing. When we see each other, we already know. Like I know that he knows what I've been through, and I know what he been through. You know what I'm saying? Like we can relate instantly, or she. So I think that's what it is, man. S- Nando, Nando, nobody's taking Conforto, especially not for Dominguez. Straight up, you drunk, dude. You are crazy, man. D-Rose says facts, no small ball. It's the analytics. Yeah, man. Yep, yep, yep. I don't know, Nando. You look. I think when we play you guys, I think I'm gonna do a giveaway and give this one away, man. Let's throw a hammer here for the LA fans. If an LA fan wins, I'll give him this one, and if a Yankee one wins, I'll give him this one. That's what we'll do. Not bad, guys. I should have came on. Yes, I was gonna come on last night, But I was tired, dude. I couldn't do it. I'm drinking these buzz balls, these little gas station margaritas. Nando says I knew Jason was an LA fan with that Dodgers stuff. No, I got it. I literally got it because I know that some of you guys tune in. That way I can, if I do a giveaway and you get to choose, which one you want. I even got this one. Look, Los Mets de Nueva York. No, man, never. I'm a fan of LA. I'm not a LA Dodgers fan, all right? Or a Lakers fan, or any LA team for that matter. But I do like the city. I will say that. I do like the city. And it feels like, man, LA's been winning. Y'all been winning in rap with Kendrick Lamar. Y'all been winning in baseball with the Dodgers. Y'all not winning with the Lakers though. But besides that, man, your city's been winning, dude. Your city's been winning. Y'all been winning the music industry and then with the Dodgers. That's about it. About it. Gang gang. Gang gang. I was watching Theo Vaughn earlier. That dude's hilarious, man. LeBron ain't winning. That guy ruined the NBA. Bro, LeBron is this dude. Uh, for those people who say LeBron is better than Jordan, like when people tell me that, I just look at them and like, bro, we can't. I'm not having this conversation. 'Cause you're clearly just delusional, and you clearly never really seen Jordan play like that. Like D-Rose says, no killer mentality and stuff like that. Bro, Jordan was that guy, and so was Kobe. Kobe had that killer mentality too, that Mamba mentality. LeBron ain't got that, bro. LeBron is nice. Don't get me wrong. He's a great player, one of the greatest, but he is not, definitely not the greatest basketball player. Not over Michael Jordan. It's not even, to me, it's not even close, to be honest. It's not even close. LeBron couldn't, he would even hang in the NBA in the early 90s or late 80s, man, when it was pretty much like just getting hack a shack, freaking getting beat up. I remember when the Bulls played the Pistons, man. Every time Jordan tried to take it to the hole, he got slammed, literally slammed. I'm not talking about foul, no hand, none of this, none of that. No, literally, he jumped and they would grab him and slam him on the floor like a wrestler. Like, it was that crazy, bro. But yeah, times have changed. Times have definitely changed. Baseball has changed a lot. But I like the way the game is going right now. I know a lot of people don't. I do like the way it's going. People don't like the pitch clock. I, to be honest, I like the pitch clock, man. Why are we showing this? I gotta fix the stat thing. I try to take out because before I had it where you had to put like an exclamation point, then the player's name for the stat to come out. I took the exclamation point out because people were having trouble with that. It wasn't getting like you had to put an exclamation point that triggers it. I took it out, but now it just reads anything. Like you put Robert and it just starts pulling up anybody's stats. Crazy. They put Andrew McCutcheon. You talking about Luis Robert? Um, I don't know. Let's look at his stats right now. Luis Roberts. Is it Roberts or Robert? Roberto. Oh, it's Luis Robert Jr. I don't know. My guy. That's what you talking about, dude? That's what you want him? He could go to your uh he's not doing good. It's sad because he has so much talent, man. So much talent, but he just never lived up to it. And with injuries and everything, it just is what it is, man. He's definitely not coming to the Yankees. I'll tell you that much. So Yeah, man, that dude just can't stay. He can't stay healthy, to be honest. But he does have a lot of talent. It's just he's never lived up. Unfortunately, he's never lived up to it, man. Why you want him? He could go to y'all, man. Let the Mets, let the Dodgers get him. I don't know who do I think will make a trade for that. I think the White Sox they really messed that one up. Because even last year, I know that he was kind of hurt, so they didn't want to trade him. They were waiting for his value to go up, but they should have just traded him when they had the chance. But now Arenado will be a Dodger. He wants to be a Dodger, but will he? I don't know. Right now, I don't see it. The Cardinals are playing well. They're actually in it for the NL Central, so it wouldn't make sense for them to trade him right now. How was he playing? Let's pull up his stat. Nolan Arenado. He's banned 263, slugging, OPS. Eh, I guess. He's not doing terribly great, though. And he's not doing terribly bad either, so on base percent, he's average, man. But for that price, yeah, I got the money though. Dodgers definitely got the money. They'll just defer most of it anyway. Dodgers think they slick, man. They're like, yo, we pay you later. The Dodgers is that guy, bro. They're like, yo, come over here, bro. We'll pay you later. I'm telling you, like 10 years from now, someone's gonna come up, they're gonna be like, oh, Dodgers are freaking defaulting on payments to Shohei Ohtani. Something like that. Jason hating on everyone on the Yankees. No, man. I trust me, dude. Yankee fans in particular, we are the most critical. That's what I told you before. I told you this before, Nando. If you think that you're like if you think you're hard on the Yankees and critical, the Yankee fans are the hardest on ourselves, man. I'm telling you, we eat our own here, man. That's how we are as Yankee fans, man. So we'll play out the stadium. We don't care, bro. Look at Aaron Hicks. Once you get to that point, or Joey Gallo, we don't care who you are, bro. When it's time to go, you're gonna hear it. You will hear it. They'll boo you out the stadium, no matter what jersey you're wearing. And that's just how it is, man. It's a tough town. It's a tough town, man. And that's what happens. And you're gonna be like that too, Nando. See, because you guys are starting to get used to winning. So when you get used to winning and you expect better, you expect winning, or competing, and you don't, trust me, you're gonna be the same way. Like let's say, right? I'm gonna knock on wood for you. Let's say the Dodgers freaking they they can't even take the division this year, right? And they get knocked out in the first round with all the money you spend, all the people they got. You guys are gonna be upset. I'm telling you. And then next year comes and the same thing, right? I'm telling you, you guys will be upset. I know. I hear a lot of you guys freaking calling on Billy Snell like, yo, what's up with this dude? Tyler Glass now. Like these dudes can't stay healthy. They can't stay healthy, right? Starting to regret the trade. And then when they do come back, if they don't pitch well, that's the thing, right? If they do come back and don't pitch well, I'm talking about Blake Snell and like Tyler Glass now. Dodger fans are gonna be the same way. They're gonna be like, yo, what the hell, man? Come on, dude. Yankees mentally ruined Gallo. No, Gallo was mentally ruined before he got here, bro. He's a pitcher now. He's trying to be a pitcher. Blake Snell and Glass now are bums. See what I'm saying? Blake Snell hasn't even pitched, bro. They just always hurt. That's what I'm saying, right? They always hurt. But when they come back, if they really pitch like shit, then it's really gonna push you over the edge. You're gonna be like, this guy, man, get him out of here. The Yankee fans are the same way, man. I'm not gonna say we've been spoiled because we haven't won in like 16 years or whatever it is. So you got to remember that most Yankee fans, right? Well, not most, but if you're 16 years and under, and even if you're old, even if you're like 20, you don't remember what the last time the Yankees won. So most fans like 21 and under can't even remember the last time the Yankees won. Think about that, dude. That's crazy. Nando says, I hope Boone gets a ring. I hope he does too because he's our manager, but I mean, I don't think he's ever gonna get a ring, man. I don't know. I hope he does. If he does, that means we do. But we'll see, man. We got 2 more years of this guy. What we got this year and next year? Oh, we got 2 more years, so we gotta win something, bro. 'Cause we got Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is getting old. He can't be this great forever. You know what I mean? Like Father Time eventually is gonna get him. It always does. It always happens. So we gotta get this man a ring. I'll be honest, man. Judge is, if not the greatest hitter ever, and I'm starting to lean towards he's the greatest hitter ever. But you can't really make the argument, at least even just the Yankees, right? Greatest Yankee ever or whatever, any of that stuff. Man, if you don't win, man, especially in New York, if you don't win, people don't care. And the thing is like, man, yeah, his performance in October hasn't been great, but it's not really all his fault, man. Look at the teams they put around him. This dude's a freaking like he's literally carrying this franchise, bro. We saw what happens when Judge doesn't play. It's not good. We're not even playoff teams. Nano says, "Yeah, Judge ain't Otani. You're right. He's better." Yeah, I actually agree with you with that. He ain't Otani. He's better than Otani. Way better. And I'll prove it to you right now. Look, I'll prove it to you. Let's pull up Otani. Even though Otani's been hot, though, Otani's coming back, but he got off to a little slow start, right? Look at Otani's numbers. You know, it's good, though. Don't get me wrong. That's great. Great. Right? Look at those numbers, Nando. You know how to do math? Look at those numbers. Yeah, Otani got 1 ring, but he ain't do nothing either, really, to get that ring. That was all Freddie Freeman. All right, now let's pull up Judge. Look at that, bro. And to be honest, man, don't get me wrong, Otani's nasty. He's great. But he is not the best hitter in the major leagues. He's not. Everybody knows it, man. Even you guys know it. You're just in denial. The only thing that makes Otani greater than every player, especially Judge, right? Because I think Otani is number 2 in hitting. Otani is number 2 in hitting. When Otani pitches, when I see Otani go back on the mound, then I'll be like, he's the best player. Like you can't, because he's a great pitcher and a great hitter. You get 2, but he hasn't pitched in 2 years, so right now we can't include that. I'm not gonna give him that. He hasn't pitched in 2 years. When he gets back on the mound though and starts pitching good again, then it's like, yeah, he's the best player. Like you just come on, you can't even argue that. But he hasn't pitched, so until then, he's the second best hitter, right? He's the second best hitter, and that's it. I mean, yeah, because after 2 surgeries and all that time, I don't think so, though. I tell you what, man, Otani's a baseball player. That dude's a beast, man. He's a good pitcher too. I think he might start off slow, but he'll figure it out, and he's gonna be good again at pitching. But he got to come back, man. He got to keep that arm healthy. That's the biggest thing. And I'm not an Otani hater, dude. I actually like Otani a lot. I just don't like the fact that everybody's glazes him like crazy. Like, bro, this dude, they glaze him like he's the Japanese Jesus, bro. Like, yo, chill, man. He's great. Don't get me wrong. But my goodness. Dang. The glazing is out of control. Now, that's he's Japanese Jordan. He is, though. He definitely is. Otani's a beast. Don't get me wrong. Otani's great. And when he's actually pitching, yeah, he's the best player. There's no arguing that, dude. Because you're getting an all-star pitcher. You're getting top 5 or like Top five pitchers, maybe sometimes, yeah. Top five pitcher and top five hitter all in one person. You can't deny that, man. But he hasn't pitched in a while, so we'll see. We will see. But y'all need to stop glazing him, bro. Y'all be glazing him too much. My goodness, bro. Jesus Christ. Guess out of control sometimes. Out of control. What time is it? Let's take a look at the scores around the league. Atlanta beats Pittsburgh. I don't know what's going on with Pittsburgh, but their organization is in shambles right now. St. Louis beat Washington. We already know the Athletics beat the Yankees. A lot of close games today around the league. Oh, before I forget to, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mommies out there, bro. Like, I mean, we all come from a mother, man, whether we like it or not. So show them a lot of respect and tomorrow's your day, you know. Every day's Mother's Day though, but tomorrow's specifically. So I hope everybody enjoys Mother's Day and call your mom, dude. You can tomorrow. Call my man. Oh my God! Look, San Diego 21, Colorado 0. My, that is insane. 21-0. Yo, Colorado sucks, bro. They suck. They are the worst team probably ever. How many wins they got? They got like 6 wins only. It's crazy. They not even a AAA team, bro. I think you could play them against AAA teams and they'll spank them. They're not even a AAA team. These dudes are 6-33. We thought the White Sox last year were bad. This team is they're they're unwatchable, dude. Like that's why I say when the Yankees play them, oh my God, bro, we better smash them. But knowing the Yankees, they'll freaking punt the game and put Pablo Reyes out there and freaking lose 1 out of 3 or something, man. Teams like that, you have to destroy them. That's like get your numbers up, bro. You know what I mean? That's BP. Yeah, the Rockies are terrible, man. They are terrible. So Nando, you really think Otani's a better hitter than Judge? Be honest. Let's be honest. And don't start with the postseason stuff. No, just regular season. Is Otani better than Judge in hitting? I'm gonna pull up the stats for you one more time. And you're gonna tell me we're gonna start with Judge. Right? Ah, here we go. My goodness, bro. Yo, you can't win, bro. That's why I feel bad for Judge, man. No matter what he does, the hate is just too great. They said Judge hits bombs in a small Porsche. Bro, come on, dude. What people saying. Then they say, and then they be like, well, they show all his home runs 350, 450 feet, 400 this feet. And then they go, oh, well, but he's in the American League and they're not that good. That's why I feel bad for Judge, man. No matter what he does, it's crazy because Judge is underrated. Judge is so underrated, man. That's why I hope he does hit 400 this year. I hope he wins the Triple Crown. And even when he wins the Triple Crown, they're gonna say, "Well, he plays in Yankee Stadium and the short Porsche and all this other stuff." Like, come on, dude. Come on. Come on. D-Rose says, "Oh yeah, I forgot you're a Met fan. Why I keep thinking you're a Dodger fan?" Judge is the best hitter, but he got to step up in the playoffs. Like, Judge, it's never gonna happen. It's not going to happen. Never. Judge will be a Yankee forever. Forever, ever, forever, ever. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I drank this I bought these little margaritas from the gas station. Can't even see that shit. Buzz balls. Hey yo. I didn't even realize that. But anyway, this shit is like it's hitting, bro. That shit is hitting. Those buzz balls are the new four locals for real, man. There's like four locals, man. This shit is hitting. How much alcohol is in this thing? Kids, don't try this at home. Don't try it at home. I gotta drink one of these because I know it's gonna be a few Dodgers fans to pop in here and bust my balls, man. Nando. Nah, man, I fuck with you, Nando, though. Nando's the ultimate Yankee troll. He's always trolling the Yankees, man. Yeah, it'd be great. You know it'd be nice, man, if the Dodgers make it and the Yankees make it a World Series and we get a part two. That'd be great, dude. That would be epic. No Juan Soto though. I think in the National League it's gonna be in the National League, the NLCS is gonna be the Mets and the Dodgers again. The Mets and the Dodgers. Nando said I got banned from so many Yankee channels after the World Series. That's funny, dude. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was gonna ban you too. I was like hovering over it. I was hovering over the report button. I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said before, man, you got it. Y'all won. You can talk like even when Mookie Betts and them were talking all that shit in the podcast and who else was talking shit? Joe Kelly. I think Geekhead was talking a little bit of crap. Hey, you guys won. You have the right to do that, man. Now, if you had law, now if the Yankees players came out with talking crap, everybody be like, bro, you lost though, you know. When you win, you could do that. So, but like I said, you only get to do that for so long. So now we're in the season. Like it's gonna come a time where it's like nobody cares about last year no more. Yeah, I can't be flexing last year's ring. It's like, bro, it's a whole new season now. You gotta win this year. That's just how it is. I'll be honest with you, Nando. The one team that low key scares me in the American League is the Twins. I mean, not the Twins. I'm bugging. That the buzz balls kicked in. Not the Twins. The Tigers. The Tigers are low key. Like in a 7-game series, if the Yankees had to face them in a 7-game series, knowing that you're gonna face Scooby two out of those games, 2 out of the 7, uh, and knowing that we don't hit Jack Flattery, whatever his name is, that well, they dangerous, man. They dangerous. Yo, for real, the buzz balls, Dodgers not getting past it. I tell you what, man, the Mets are exciting, dude. Low key. I'm a Yankee fans, but even last year, man, that playoff run by the Mets was epic, dude. I was watching those games. And I'm not gonna lie, I was like low key cheering, man. Freaking when what it was. When Lindor hit that grand slam versus the Phillies, yo, for like or even when like, man, I don't know, man. There's some swagginess about the Mets that I can't lie. I'd be like, damn, I wish the Yankees were like, but the Yankees are too traditional and old fashioned, but we breaking away from that, little by little. Like even the Edwin Diaz, his freaking walk up song, the yo, for a while, man. I'm not gonna lie, for like 12.7 seconds, I was a Met fan. And for a split second, I was like, yo, I got goosebumps. I was like, oh shit. It was good. D-Row says Tigers taking the AL. Nah, fam. Buzz Balls got Jason money on the Twins. Yo, this Buzz Balls is hitting, bro. These shits is hitting. Berry, cherry, limeade. That's the new Four Locos for real, man. Remember, That's the scissor. This is the scissor. It looks like Alizé, like the color of it. Nando said Mets are the Clippers of baseball. Golly, dude. Facts, though. They are the Clippers of baseball. That's sad, though. That is sad. Now the Mets are doing good, man. I was watching the Knicks game earlier, and Steve Cohen was in the Knicks game. He was looking around like he about to buy the Knicks. I tell you what, man. As a Knicks fan, even though I don't like the Mets, I'd be happy if Steve Cohen bought the Knicks. I'd be happy. Now the three. You do realize the Clippers never won. Mets are the kings of New York. Oh my God. This guy must have some buzz balls in him. Pause. Hey, yo. You got some buzz balls in you. D-Rock. The kings of New York. To be the king, you got to win. Yeah, I ain't win since, whoa, 86? Bro, yeah, the Mets literally got like 40 years without winning. Insane. Not even 50 years. It's crazy, man. No, it's 40. 40's right. Knicks got to get rid of Spike Lee and Tracy. What's his name? Tracy Morgan, throwing up all over the freaking floor. Uh. My bad. I was reading the text. Yeah, man. But that's gonna do it for me, man. It's getting late. Happy Mother's Day to all the mommies out there. For real, we really appreciate y'all. For none of us would be here without a mother. So, just saying. I'm just saying. But yeah, I appreciate you guys, Nando. I appreciate you joining, man. You always a lot of fun to hang out with. D-Rails, you too. Um, Ken, Andrew, Jacob. So everybody who joined, man. I appreciate it. I really do. I'm about to kill one of these, another one of these buzz balls, and I'll be on tomorrow. Probably try to come on later. I mean, tomorrow morning, and probably do something before the game or pregame. If not, I'll be on after the game. That's gonna do it for me, guys. Have a blessed evening and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Happy Mother's Day, and I'll see you next time. Peace.